So when they come and they hear, then slowly, 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 they will build faith. But this is the only way. If you do not have faith, then even Brahma himself can't make you have faith. Even our beloved Sri Maharaji can't make you have faith. In the Mahabharata, Sri Krishna himself went to Duryodhana. He showed a divine miracle to Duryodhana, trying to persuade him to avert this war. Duryodhana said to Sri Krishna, I know who you are. Sri Krishna said, you know who I am? Yes, I know who you are, but I don't accept who you are. Leave me in peace. A message. There was Dronacharya, Bhim, many, Bhishma, many personalities tried to persuade Duryodhana. They said, just give us 5 small villages. We won't go to war. Duryodhana said, I won't even give you a pinprick of land. When all of these great personalities, including Sri Krishna himself, went to Duryodhana and he would not have faith in their words, then what can be done? So Sri Maharaji says the only way to build faith is by association with the Mahapurush. He gives an example, I'm sure many of you know this. Many years ago he was staying in the house of a High Court judge. And the brother of the High Court judge was also staying there at that time, and he didn't like Babalok. He didn't like these Maharajis and Swamis. But the brother said, this is my house. Maharaji is my guru and he is my guest and you are my guest. If you don't like it, you can go. But the brother was there for other reasons, and his own selfish purposes needed that he stay with his brother. So he remained in the house, and Sri Maharaji explains he was sitting in this room with a group of satsangis and he was giving a talk. And the brother was pacing up and down in the hallway, frumping. But as Sri Maharaji continued to speak, Maharaji said, I noticed that his pacing slowed down. Then he stopped in the doorway and was openly listening to what Sri Maharaji had to say. When Sri Maharaji had finished his talk, this man who started so negatively came and pranamed to Maharaji and said to Maharaji, you are a great renunciant. And Maharaji said, just in a joking style of manner, I said, no, you are greater than me. The man was shocked. He said, you can't say that. How can you say that? Maharaji replied, I have renounced the world, but you've renounced Bhagavan. You are great. Then the man with tears in his eyes fell to Maharaji's feet, because like a hammer blow, Maharaji got behind his defenses, softened his heart, opened his mind, cleared the darkness that was there. And it all occurred by just hearing a little bit, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. In the old days, of course, television, when I first went to India, black and white TV was extremely expensive. And I think in those days that Ramayan was being played across the country And you'd go to Lucknow and you would see outside the shop window a big crowd of people looking through the glass of the shop to see the Ramayana. Nowadays, of course, it's all changed. So, back in the early days, before television, Maharaji used to tour around and give talks. And he said one day, he said it happened many times actually, I was giving a talk, the loudspeakers, there were thousands of people gathered in front of me, and I was talking, and a person was driving in his car, and there was lots of traffic and people around, and he wound down his window and said to somebody, "What's that noise? What's happening?" They said, "Oh, the greatest of Jagat Gurus is talking today." So the man just pulled to the side with his window down and started listening. Then he got out of his car and came and sat amongst the people. Then he became a satsang. And he admitted to Maharaji later, "I have never had any interest in God until I heard you. Now I'm hooked." Now today, you sit there with your remote control in the comfort of your chair. Fit, 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 fit. And then one of the fips comes to Maharaji. And you go, "Oh." And Maharaji speaks for about 20-30 seconds as you're listening, and as your habit is, fit, fit, fit. Then you think, "Oh, fit, fit." I'll fit back a couple of channels. Because he's catching you. And then you sit and you listen again. And then Maharaji says, "Today people won't miss my talks. Whatever happens, they won't miss them. They're content." So, slowly, 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 if you have no faith, it's because you haven't heard it. If you have no hunger for Bhagavan and no thirst, then of course you're not going to go and put yourself in the environment to hear. This is what happens. I'm not going to satsang. I have other things to do. You're wasting your time. However, my experience was just a baby. When people off the street come and listen to Maharaji's philosophy, they do not leave saying, "What a load of nonsense." They don't. They might fold their arms like this. What are they doing? "I don't want to hear this." Why not? Because it's true. What's wrong with that? I don't want to have to come here every week. I don't want to have to change. I don't want to have to grow a big grey beard and wear yellow clothes. So people, it's not that they are bereft. It's just that they don't want to change, they have no interest, they have no hunger, they have no thirst, and if they don't come to hear, then how can their faith start? Now, for you and I, we are here. We are hearing the talks. We're in the environment of satsang. And you know the theme that I've been giving here in the last couple of weeks is about valuing our time in the human body, valuing our time in our sadhana and our seva. And then recently we spoke about the virtue, one virtue of Bhagavan and Guruji, Patita Pawan, the one who uplifts the fallen, and how our pride is checking us. And if we look to our own faults rather than the faults of others, we will find the joy in our meditation and our association. But we have reached an area where we are, if you like, in the middle. We have heard the philosophies of Maharaji and have been inspired. But we're reaching a point where we're getting just a little bit too familiar with the philosophy.